Legal experts say Tom Phillips' death does not end criminal liability for anyone who helped him evade police over the years, with authorities warning that a new operation now is focused on tracking down possible accomplices. Investigators have long suspected that the former fugitive was receiving help, and police announced earlier this week an investigation team will be now working to identify anybody who helped Phillips evade authorities. And I know people think that the matter should be put to rest. But this new task force, as I said, it's called Operation Cranmore. They are charged with identifying those that assisted Tom Phillips. But if people are identified, what will they be facing? Marie Dyhrberg, KC, is a criminal defence lawyer, and she joins me now. Marie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leah.
Lovely to talk. It's been a while. Let's start with, could anyone who helped Tom Phillips be charged as a party to his offences or as an accessory after the fact? And could you explain the difference between the two?
Certainly. In reality, there's not a lot of difference in terms of the sort of evidence that's going to support charges. An accessory after the fact is where you do something knowing what the offence was. So you have to prove the offence first. Say, for example, burglary. And then you have to know that the person that you're going to help has committed a burglary, and what you do, you can comfort them, you can bring them into the home, you can hide them, give them a phone, give them food, any of those things, a car, and you can do all that or assist them to tamper with any of the evidence. And the purpose has to be that in order to enable them, that person, to escape after arrest or avoid arrest or conviction. So there you've got a high burden. One, they're going to have to prove the offence first beyond reasonable doubt. Secondly, it's the knowledge that that person will have to be the accessory after the fact. Now, if it is aiding and abetting, so therefore you have what we call the secondary, that means that you are someone who's actually involved with the event itself. Generally, depending on what it is, it could be more serious, and it may be easier, perhaps, to charge somebody with that if you have evidence of the offence. But you have to do something like encourage them, assist them, incite, for them to do. So you are right there in the offence itself. And you could do something beforehand, and that makes you that secondary party. So you can do something before an offence like a burglary or, procuring firearms, so it doesn't have to be after. And sometimes that's more serious.
If someone aided a criminal, are they liable to the same length of sentence as a principal offender?
No, and that becomes quite complicated when you start looking. You have to look, firstly, of course, at what the offence itself in terms of maximum penalty. So say, for example, you've got an offence, the maximum penalty is life imprisonment.
Yep.
Then under there, but the maximum penalty is, say, 7 years for you for that. So you do not get your life imprisonment or that. If the offence itself is over 10 years but less than life, then your penalty as accessory after the fact would be 5 years. If it's less than 10 years, then you are liable for half the index maximum penalty. So it all depends.
Marie.
Yes, it does. So you look at the offence itself, then you see what the maximum penalty is, and then that's what you're liable for as well.
So are there, this might sound, I'm not the lawyer here, Marie, so excuse me, but are there levels of helping, meaning if someone provided Tom Phillips with food over the years, or versus someone that actually gave him ammunition or let him and the kids stay in their house for a while, are
Yeah.
there are different levels there of culpability or
Of
helping them,
assistance.
of
Yes, there would
assistance.
be.
Yeah, yeah,
There would be. And of course, that's what you start with. It's the same with any offence. You start with an assault, you start with an offence, you
right.
start with drugs. And you say, okay, you fit in, and that is the offence. Now we step back and we look at what are the circumstances of your offending. So
Mm,
if, for example, somebody supplied food and clothing
yeah,
for the children and for Phillips himself,
yeah.
then that would be seen as, well, you're really also looking after the kids, but you're looking after him. That would be your low level sort of assistance, unlikely to end up with imprisonment. If,
Mm,
however, you are supplying, say, for example, firearms or weapons,
mm,
that
mm,
really puts you up, because that means you think that if he is trapped, if he is surrounded by police or other people who want to bring him in and stop what he's doing, then he will resort to violence. And you know that, and that's
yeah.
the purpose that you give him those firearms. You would be way up there in terms of culpability. So it's all going to be, you look at who did the helping, who is the
Mm.
person that we're looking at, what did they do, why did they do it, and where does that fit in?
Has there been, I mean, has there ever been in history, Marie, that in New Zealand that you can think of where we've had a case like this, where the people that have aided and abetted or helped have done time in jail? Can you think of anything? Do you think
Oh,
we
you
are going to?
can,
Yeah.
because I think we need to take away the hype. If you take away the fact that he's managed to live in the bush with his children and not be apprehended for 4 years,
Mm,
put that to one side. What the people who have helped him do, it's no different to what happens out there. Because if you look at somebody who has committed a serious offence, might even be homicide, and then they go on the run and they try and avoid arrest, so they hide out, they get given weapons. It's no different from what happens in a lot of these cases where somebody does get convicted or certainly get charged for accessory after the fact. So we take the hype away, and in my view, it's not that uncommon at all. It's quite simply somebody's on the run, they're hiding, avoiding arrest. What are you doing to help them to continue to
mm.
avoid arrest? And it happens a lot. That's my view,
Right.
what
Yeah,
my
I see.
experience is.
If someone was to come forward like now, within the next week, Marie, can they negotiate a deal with police?
And say I helped him
Yeah,
and
and
I'm
I can tell
guilty.
you about,
Yeah.
yeah, and I could also tell you about more people that did.
Oh, well, that would be a more interesting factor, because again, take the hype out. What somebody is doing is saying, okay, I'm guilty, and this
Mm.
is what I did, but I can assist and I
Yeah.
can name other people. So
Yes.
it's the good old snitch. It's a
Yeah.
you get a
Snitches get
reward
stitches. Yeah.
for cooperation. It's called.
Mm.
When we go to court, it's usually some little brown envelope, and the judge gets the details of what was done. How they helped police get other
Oh.
people, for that offence. And in the courts, we call it, and we'll give another 15%, or 20%
Oh, I
for
see. Off it.
cooperation.
Yeah.
And cooperation's the buzzword, the word, the legalese that we all know what that means.
Mm. Interesting. Maria, High Court suspension order was issued under urgent application not long after the shooting. What does that prohibit?